Everybody, welcome to Webinar Wednesdays, where we talk about remodeling best practices to help you avoid common mistakes and remodel with confidence. Today, it's me, Paul McManus, and Brianna, our designer. We had our guest, Ericka, supposed to be joining us from Bellevue Remodel up in Maryland, but we talked to her earlier today. She was having some technical trouble with her internet and email, and she must still be having some difficulties, so hopefully she'll be able to join us soon.
I just realized I texted her and didn't say who I was, so she's probably like, who is this?
That's it. All right, so here, let's get going. Let me share my screen and we'll get this party started. This should actually be I think these webinars have been running around an hour, hour and 15 minutes. I think this one will be a little quicker just because it's about a more specific topic. There's Ericka, in case you were wondering. We're not live.
One of our guests, Sharon Bryant, said, I thought Ericka was in Delaware, and you are correct. She actually is in Delaware.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we had that wrong.
Yeah. I was just going off of memory. But yeah, she does work for Bellevue Remodel up in Delaware. But so hopefully she joins. If not, well, we wish her the best. I hope everything's okay over there with her email and internet and all that.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about kitchen organizers. What we think is a good organizer to use, when an empty cabinet might be better. Rollouts versus drawers is a common one. Tall pantries versus closet pantries. So we have a very strong opinion about that. And then personalizing your storage. These are like quick little easy tips, things you could do, today or tomorrow to start to organize your kitchen without spending very much money. All right, so first thing we want to kind of go over are the different organizer types we're going to talk about. Most people are familiar with rollouts. So if you have a cabinet with doors on it, you can add rollouts in it. Those are great. You don't have to get on your hands and knees to reach into the back of your cabinet. Those have been around for quite a long time. Today, however, most people are designing kitchens with just drawers. So you're just skipping a step. Instead of opening your doors and then using that rollout, you're just using a drawer. It's basically the same thing. You just don't have to, just kind of saves you a little step. And a cool thing that's been developed in the last, 5 years or so, Brianna, is adjustable rollouts. So it used to be to adjust a rollout, you had to get out your screw gun and unscrew a bunch of screws and then somehow put it where you want it and hold it in place and level it and screw it back in. It's kind of a pain in the you-know-what. Now, there's some very clever adjustable rollouts out there, so you can change the height without any tools very, very easily. Then there's something called a base pullout. There's different kinds of base pullouts. A trash pullout's a common one. Pull down organizers for your upper cabinets. And then there's some specialty organizers that we think are kind of cool, but have some pros and cons, like docking drawers, mixer pull-ups. And then we're going to show you some extension tables that can help add countertop space, but then fold away and kind of hide away. All right. So the drawers, not doors argument. So these are some giant drawers. This is a kitchen we did not too long ago, right, Brianna? Yeah.
Yep.
So this is an example of what you can put in drawers. Most people are used to putting their dishes away in upper cabinets. I got to tell you, putting your dishes away in drawers is pretty great. You can fit a lot of dishes in drawers. You can see them. It's very easy to pick them up. It's very easy for kids to put dishes away when they're in drawers. So something to consider.
Yeah.
Pots and pans go well in deep drawers too.
Yeah, I think it's just better all around.
Yeah, drawers instead of drawers in general, although there are some exceptions.
Yeah.
That we'll talk about. Some different kinds of trash pullouts. So these are all very, very similar. You'll notice some small differences. This trash pullout fits underneath that drawer. This trash pullout in the middle here is what we call a full height door, and it has a little internal drawer. And then this looks like basically the same exact one for some reason.
So it's a single.
Oh yeah, no,
Depends
sorry.
on depends on how trashy you are.
That's right. They're not very trashy.
Yeah.
The advantage to the single, you can see these are both doubles. The advantage to the single, it's narrower. So if you don't have much space, it'll fit in a skinnier cabinet.
Yeah. Those are also nice if you're wants a trash somewhere that's not the kitchen, like your laundry room or your bathroom or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Or like we've done them in vanities at seated vanities.
Yeah.
They make nice hampers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So trash pullouts. I mean, I bet 80% of the kitchens we put trash pullouts in these days.
Yeah. No one wants to see your trash can anymore.
Yeah.
If you're redoing your kitchen, you should get a pullout.
Some people do. We've had clients like just can't get their head around the idea of having trash inside a cabinet, like just that bothers them. So they like having the separate trash, which I can understand.
Yeah, or if you're like I know someone who takes the trash can out while they're cooking and then puts it back in.
Yeah, people do that too. So yeah, different strokes for different folks, but by and large, trash pullouts are very, very popular.
Yeah.
And then you've got so a lot of times people use the trash pullouts. One trash can they use for trash, the other for recycling. But then you can just do straight up recycling centers. Here's one in a big deep drawer for recyclables, even compost. There's another one in looks like a smaller drawer. As kitchens get bigger and bigger, we're seeing more and more of these kinds of things.
Yeah, I think you could also use that too for like other things, not even recycling. I mean.
Yeah, what else would you put in there?
I don't know, but it just seems like you could use it for it.
It just seems like a cool way to organize a drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe vegetables or something.
Oh yeah, I could see that, like potatoes or onions, like that. Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah, easy. These are probably easy to remove and wash. So if they get a little funky.
Looks like Ericka is here, but she's here as an attendee.
Oh, okay.
Instead of a panelist.
Okay. I'll have to give her permission to talk. Let me stop sharing real quick for a second. Ericka, where are you? Sorry, guys. Give us a second. There's Ericka.
She's down at the bottom.
Just allow her to talk. Ericka, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I can. I can't see you, though. Do I have to give you video permission?
I think so.
Nope. I don't have permission. Do you have a video?
It showed that I did. Let's see. I think when you come out of the screen, I can, but I think I did have the option in the video.
All right. Well, it's not super important. Let's just move on. Back to the presentation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just got started, Ericka, so welcome. Do you want to quickly tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
You guys kind of summed it up. I've been doing design, interior design, specializing in kitchen and bath design for almost 17 years now. I'm currently working for Bellevue Remodel Design. So I was a little late because we were doing a client presentation, so I apologize about that. But yeah, I definitely love what I do. I've been doing it for a long time and love to help clients organize their kitchen. That is the most proficient in way to design anything for the functionality. You know, we can all make them look really pretty, but we want to always focus on how they function for the client.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, anyone can sort of arrange boxes in the kitchen, but doing it for ergonomics and doing it so everything's within reach and your workflow is very efficient. Yeah, that's always the trick. All right, so we just got started talking about trash cabinets and recycling centers. Brianna thought she would store like her potatoes and stuff in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea because we have a client we're working with now, and they have to have a kosher kitchen. And then they were really focusing on a lot of different places where they were putting those particular items. So I think I'm going to recommend that one. So I was definitely taking notes.
That's,
We have a quick question from Sharon Bryant, and she said, should I wait till the end to ask questions? No, you don't have to wait till the end. And she said, can you put drawers in upper cabinets? And she finds that it's difficult to clean the area behind the trash bin, which that is true.
it's true. Yeah, that's the thing about trash bins. If you're not careful, they'll get messy, especially if stuff falls back in the cabinet here.
Yeah.
But most of these, maybe not this metal one here, but these two wooden ones it's very easy to remove that drawer. We talked about it in our last presentation, but it's got two little clips on the bottom. So if you reach underneath and just grab those two clips, that thing will pop right off, and then allow you to.
Or if you have like a vacuum with a hose, I think that would work good.
You can do that way too, but if you really need to get in there and wipe it down.
Yeah.
And if you got kids and they throw their yogurt container back in there or something.
Yeah.
Most modern cabinetry, you can pop those drawers off real easy.
Yeah. And the other part of her question was about the drawers in upper cabinets. I have not seen drawers in upper cabinets. I don't think that's a thing, but the pull-out pantries, that's sort of like a...
Yeah, there's some pull-down organizers that could work. I don't see drawers. The problem with drawers in upper cabinets is the bottom of most of your upper cabinets is at what, about 54 inches?
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people, that's right at or just above eye level. Mm-hmm. So if you had a drawer, you wouldn't be able to see inside it anyway. So no, we don't see a lot of drawers in upper cabinets. But we'll get to rollouts in a second, and we'll kind of show you what that might look like. Good questions. Base pullouts. Ericka, do you find yourself using a lot of base pullouts?
Oh, they're like a cabinet that I just automatically use.
Okay.
Depending on what the client, mostly I do more spices than for the utensils, but definitely people are very aware of them now. So they are in a central cabinet. If it's not near the sink or in the island, it's adjacent to the stove. So that cabinet is definitely utilized a lot.
Nice. Yeah, I like this utensil organizer. If you're right near your range or something, I kind of like the idea of that. But yeah, they come in different widths. They come 12 inches, 18 inches, as narrow as like even 3 inches or 6 inches if you're using them for spices.
Yeah, they're nice if you have, a run of cabinets and then you have a smaller like 12 or 6 inch area that you need to fill. It's like a nice option.
Yeah, there's also a way of getting everything off of the counter, giving you more use of your countertop space, and also keeping them clean and dust-free in the cabinet.
Yeah. And easy to clean. If you don't have a lot of stuff on your counter, it's easy to wipe your counter down.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's a big request we get a lot from our customers these days is I don't want anything on my counters. And I agree.
Yes.
I like these base pullouts. They have their place. I find them a little awkward because these lower shelves are a little hard to see.
Yeah, and then depending on what size you most frequently go to, you want to sort of like have all the labels of your spices turned one way.
Right. Yeah. Like if you're standing on the left side.
Yeah.
You're always turning your spices. Basically.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah. But they definitely have their place. It's just a matter of thinking it through.
Yeah, I know some clients that will put like the aluminum foil or the saran wrap on the bottom shelf.
I gotcha. Some stuff you don't need to grab as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I just see a question pop up, Brianna?
That was a continuation from Sharon Bryant. She said she's glad you're here, Ericka. That's what got her here.
Oh, well, thank you.
And she said she remodeled her kitchen about 8 years ago, and that the vacuum sounds good for cleaning out the trash bin.
Okay, there you go. Let's see, a couple more base pullouts. Now I do really like these vertical sheet pan organizers.
Yeah, I think those are nice.
Yeah, we often just use tray dividers in like an upper cabinet, but I do like those vertical pullouts too. And then more utensil organizers over here. If you're the kind of person who likes putting these bins on top of your counter and throwing all your utensils in it, that's the way a lot of cooks kind of like one big bucket with all their stuff in it. And this kind of pull out, I think, would be like an easy transition to get everything into a cabinet.
Yeah. One thing I do is like I like to put the nice looking ones on the counter, but like the ugly ones I don't. So I think that's like a good option for that.
Okay. I only have like one spatula and one like slotted spoon. So for me, it's easy.
Yeah.
I have one drawer about 12 inches wide. Everything fits in it.
No, I collect rolling pins, so I like put them in a big jar on the counter. So
what do you use all those rolling pins for?
I don't use them at all.
They're just decorative.
I just like the way they look.
Nice. You have marble ones and wood ones and everything?
Yeah.
Well, now I know what to get you for your next birthday.
Yeah.
All right. So something unique this has only been around the last 5 or 6 years or so is the docking drawer. It's kind of cool. We do a lot of them in bathrooms for keeping your hair dryers and toothbrushes and stuff like that plugged in. But they work great in the kitchen for charging centers, or this looks like it's actually in a desk. Keeping phones charged, or if you use an iPad in the kitchen all the time but want to keep it put away and charging. The nice thing about these docking drawers, it's a UL listed device, so it's an Underwriter Laboratory listed device, so it's code compliant. It's really the only code compliant way to put a plug in a drawer. I've seen contractors in the past put a plug in the drawer, like the electrician can physically do that for you, but it's not code compliant because that cord or that wire, every time you open and close the drawer, is going to bend and eventually break, cause an arc, cause a fire hazard. So this is 100% code compliant because it's got a little mechanism behind it that guides the cord. It also has a thermostat in it. So if any of these devices overheats, or like say in the case of a bathroom, you put your flat iron away and it accidentally gets left on, this will sense any excess temperature and it cuts power to it. So it's a nice, safe way to put these sort of things in your kitchen or bathroom.
Paul, we have a question in the question and answer that someone said they have a pull-out that's not installed correctly, and is that something we can fix, or can we recommend someone to fix it?
I imagine it's fixable. I might suggest to give us a call or shoot us a picture of what's wrong with it. Or we could do a video chat, and we'll probably figure it out. I don't see why that would be too challenging to fix. All right. Another cool one, pop-up mixer. What are your thoughts on the pop-up mixer, Ericka?
I think that they are essential, especially for those clients that are baking or cooking almost every day and using that particular appliance. Otherwise, most people will like to keep that on the counter. I think when we were talking before, Brianna said it's kind of almost like a showpiece because they come in colors and everything now. So depending on that particular client, I will give them that cabinet. Otherwise, I'll offer them something that is a little bit more storage friendly, because the way that cabinet is designed, it can only house that one piece of hardware. So
right, it's designed for that or something like it.
Yeah.
So you're giving up an 18-inch cabinet just to store one thing. It's basically what so you need to have the room to be able to do that.
Yeah, it does help clients that are a little bit older, and it helps them lift it better, and they can just sit on it and it'll retract for them. So that's definitely, if if a client still wants to make, that special dessert for Thanksgiving, she'll want to still always use her thing and then store it away. So it'll be essential for her.
Yeah, nice. I have at home a mixer, but it's not a KitchenAid. It's a cheapo, I don't know what it's called, Hamilton Beach or something like that.
Yeah.
And I use it like once a year. Once a year it comes out, so I'm going to make cookies or something. But since we've been on this stay-at-home order, I've been using it a lot more, and man, I hate it. And I'm like, I got to get myself one of those KitchenAid.
You should get it, or you should get a hand mixer, because KitchenAid makes a hand mixer and it works just as good.
A hand mixer, like you just physically mix by hand?
No, it's still got the automatic thing. But
the plug-in.
You just hold it. Yeah, it's a handheld.
I had one of those years ago. Yeah, that's not a bad.
Yeah.
Because I will go back to only baking once a year pretty soon here, but yeah, these are real pretty. I feel like the KitchenAid mixer as a status symbol, or a decorative item on the countertop might be going away. I mean, it's been around for a long time. It used to be like this crazy expensive appliance that you only spent money on if you were a real hardcore baker. But now they kind of come down in price. They're a lot more consumer friendly. I feel like you're going to see more and more of these things be stored away and not take up that counter space.
Yeah, they're just so heavy to move. So it's sort of like you want to put it where you're going to use it, or have something like this.
Yeah, put them on a pop-up or just on a rollout drawer could work too.
Yeah.
Anything that gets them out of the cabinet so you can lift them safely without having to tweak your back.
Yeah. Sharon mentioned, she asked if you could put pullouts in existing cabinets.
You can, yeah. Aftermarket pullouts. Revishelf is a real popular company that makes those. They make the wire framed ones. I have a preference for these sort of wooden pullouts. They're easier to clean, a little more, they usually have better hardware and stuff. But Revishelf is sold at like Lowe's, Home Depot. You can buy them, put them in, or a handyman can put them in for you. If you're working with us, or I'm sure Ericka, there are companies like Hardware Resources and others that make wooden rollouts and pullouts and stuff too. All right. Extension tables. So this was the first extension table we ever did. You can see this cabinet doesn't have a countertop yet. So this is in progress photo actually. But they're kind of cool. It folds up into this drawer, and see there's the drawer front right there, and it would just pop up. And then it pulls out and you've got a little extra counter space. So maybe you don't want to lose an entire drawer's worth of storage for that. But if you're lacking counter space or need a little seating area or overflow area, they're pretty cool. And they're not that expensive. If I remember right, they're not that expensive. So a few $100s. You remember, Brianna?
I think so. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah,
Ericka, what that extra amount of like stone countertop would be.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Ericka, you ever done one of these or anything like it?
I know when we were meeting earlier, that was the first time I've seen one. They're pretty cool looking, but like you said, I can see it where like if you're trying to add like a little extra seating or definitely that extra countertop space, that looked like a small kitchen. So that seemed like that was the perfect fit for it.
Yeah, and that's what this couple wanted. Was he wanted to be able to sit in the kitchen at a little table. And they didn't have a room for it. And this provided a little table that he could put a chair right here and kind of sit and hang out. The TV, you can kind of see this is the living room, so that's the TV.
Okay.
So he kind of wanted to be able to sit there, watch TV, prep, talk to his wife, whatever. And that kind of allowed him to do that. We couldn't do a typical countertop overhang in this kitchen. There was just no way to do it. They have a sunken living room.
Oh, okay.
So there was no way to, and the living room, it starts basically right here. So it was a good solution for this particular kitchen. They do have a dining room table right here, but that was too far for him. He didn't want to sit that far away. He wanted to be in the kitchen. So that was that was the solution.
We have a question from Nick Boca. Where is the extension table from?
This one is from Richelieu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this one from Richelieu. I think there's a few companies that make some. Richelieu must have 7 or 8 different kinds.
Yeah, they've got so many options for everything.
Yeah, they do. Richelieu is a ton of. So not exactly an organizer, but I mean, kind of an organizer. Clever Kitchen Solutions. I don't know why they're clever, but you got to have a title of some kind. Pull-out pantries. So this is just like that base pull-out, except it's tall. It's in a tall cabinet. Ericka, do you use these very much?
Oh yeah, those actually are really good when you don't have clearances for the doors to swing open. So if a client still wants to have like a pantry type of storage, then that is a definite option, because we'll have that floor space to pull it out, and then they can see all of the items. And especially if we're shopping at BJ's, it holds a lot of those taller items.
Yep. or we would say Costco down here. I don't know that we have it. Same deal. Menards.
What is it called?
BJ?
BJ's, yeah. I think we
Okay.
have Costco up here as well, but I shop at BJ's.
Yep. Or I don't know what's up in Canada. Canadian Tire, maybe up in, that's the Walmart.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, super popular. I don't know if they sell groceries though. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. So against the wall, for example, then would be a great place to use that tall pull out.
Yes.
Here's a base cabinet version. I kind of like this because that internal drawer operates separately, so it gets out of the way for you to access the second shelf here.
Yeah. But I think if you look at that too, though, like that's where you want to really think about what you want to store and like, should I get something like this or should I just have 3 drawers?
Right. You could probably fit the same stuff in 3 drawers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. So a little bit of personal preference there. More pantry pullouts. So another sort of tall pullout. This is kind of cool. They call this a chef's pantry or an arena pantry. So these internal shelves fold, so they swing in and out. And obviously these attach to the door, close in. So it just gives you an easy way to store a lot of small stuff and have access to it. Eric, have you done these before?
I've only done one. As you can see how the doors hinge all the way back and has to. And so to have that clearance, sometimes some clients can't give up the clearance for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a really cool cabinet because the internals pull out and you have cans of peas for days. So
Right.
Yeah.
she thought she loved it. We made the accommodations to put it in for her. So I've only really used one.
I gotcha. Yeah, I kind of find they're a love-hate. Either people have to have them or, they don't want to think about them. Custom rollouts. So this is obviously a pot and pan rollout, storage for the lids. I'm not actually a huge fan of these. I kind of like the pop-up mixer. They're so specific.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you ever decided to put anything else in this cabinet, it's like kind of a waste of space.
Yeah, I see that.
You agree, Brianna?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Custom drawer inserts. The pegs, pegs, 10 years ago were like crazy popular. These little peg boards to organize your dishes. These days, I feel like we don't do them as much. But cutlery dividers, there's tons of different cutlery dividers too, obviously. I have all my dishes in a drawer. I don't use any organizers at all. I just stack them in the drawer. They seem to do fine.
Yeah, I think maybe back in the days when you didn't have soft close and you might have slammed it shut and worried about them hitting each other, you might need pegs, but now
that makes sense.
Every drawer is soft close. You don't really need that anymore.
That might make sense. Or if you got kids like to shake things.
Yeah.
But I could see that being an issue. A corner organizer is a good one. Used to be the standard go-to in a corner was the Lazy Susan. Everyone knows probably what a Lazy Susan is. Most people hate them. At one level or another, most people are not happy with the way their Lazy Susan works. Some people like them. We have some clients who that's what they want, but most people have some kind of a frustrating experience with a Lazy Susan. But now there's all kinds of corner organizers. This again is an arena organizer. It's pretty cool. It's a little complicated mechanically because what happens is this internal piece would slide into that blind corner, and then this piece closes in with the door, but really maximizes your space. I mean, it's about as much storage as you're going to get out of that corner. Now Lazy Susans in an upper, I actually kind of like. Any thoughts on that, Brianna?
I don't know that I like an angled corner so much, but
You don't like an angled corner at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a good option.
Yeah, depending what you're putting on there. A lot of times people use them for spices, and you can spin that little wheel. It's not as deep as the base cabinet, so if stuff falls off the Lazy Susan, it's kind of easy to reach, and I can get to. Ericka, what do you think?
I think the wall Lazy Susan does help for the internal storage. I'm with Brianna. I usually will use a easy reach, but if that customer wants that angled cabinet look, we always select that because you can't reach all the way in the back of that cabinet, but this way it helps you maximize the most use of the storage, and then you can see it and rotate it, and like you said, a lot of people do use it for spices.
Yeah. Yeah, corners in general are challenging. It's not
Yeah.
a great solution. A lot of times we just do a dead corner. We'll put nothing there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to have nothing in the corner because it allows you to do drawers and other things outside the corner. A blind corner cabinet's a very limited cabinet, so sometimes a dead corner is the better choice.
Yeah.
And then of course there's this corner drawer, which looks cool, but what do you think of the corner drawer, Ericka?
The corner drawer works when you're wanting to continue that look of all drawer bases. But as far as maximizing your 36-inch worth of storage, it really doesn't do that. It's more for aesthetics more than functionality. But some people like you said you have about that many utensils, it'll work for you.
Right, if you only have 5 utensils, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's definitely compromise, those corner organizers.
Yeah, like I see clients, they'll put like the towels, like really small items will go in there because you really can't store too much in it.
Yeah. The thing that bugs me about it is like the 2 drawer faces touching each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
These 2 little tiny triangular cubbies.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what do you put in those?
Yeah, like I don't even know what that thing on the left is. Looks like a mini mixer.
Peeler,
it's a peeler.
Oh, a peeler. Okay.
Here's your Lazy Susan. Kind of a classic Lazy Susan. These are cool. These swing outs. Not as space efficient as the sort of magic corner that we talked about earlier, but still nice. The magic corners can be quite expensive. The swing outs are less expensive and still get access to that blind corner. What about this? This is sort of separate. What about this? What about these little storage cubbies? People still doing that?
Those are kind of cute.
Yeah.
I could see that in maybe like a pantry.
In a walk-in pantry or something.
Yeah.
If you had something specific to put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon Bryant mentioned that she has like a freestanding Lazy Susan, and that she puts spices on it, but it just falls off. So she thinks, that a permanent one would be better.
Gotcha. Yeah, the little cubbies are cool. I don't see them in kitchens too much these days, but I like what you said, like maybe in a pantry.
Yeah.
If I do little cubbies, they're usually holding bottles of wine.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That is a wine holder. There are these, and I don't have a picture of that organizer on here, but there are little basket cubbies that pull out, sort of like a drawer that you can get.
Right.
Cool in pantry.
That could be cool if there's something in there you needed to carry, like to the table.
Yeah.
Like if you kept all your place settings in there or your napkins, go set it on the table, set your table, and then carry the basket away or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Yeah, here's the Mac Daddy of all corner organizers. There's different ones, like this one, the organizer actually attaches to the drawer, or the door rather. So when you grab the door and open it, the whole organizer unfolds. This one, you open the door and then this organizer swings out. Again, just maximizes your storage, but they run, $1,800, $2,000. They're not cheap. Very similar. These are cool. Same organizer, but just a little fancier, with the walnut boxes and the metal drawer boxes over here. I like that. It's cleaner.
Yeah, that's nice.
Solid base. Yeah, I think that's super cool. And of course, everyone's familiar with these drawer inserts, knife blocks. I actually, I don't like putting my knives in these blocks. I like just a magnetic knife holder. You guys, what do you guys do that, or what do you guys like doing?
I think I like the magnetic thing too. I don't know if it's like the best if you have kids around. I know there's also pullouts that have like a knife block in them that you just stick them straight down in, which are kind of
Yeah,
nice.
they have like all those little fingers on them, and you just drop them in.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about these and those little finger ones is if anyone puts that knife away dirty or wet,
Yeah, it's gonna
like
get.
jamming all that stuff into these little tight areas. I've just always used a magnetic knife.
Yeah. I do prefer the spice drawer though, just because you can see all the names of the spices and see them all, and you don't have to look
Yeah, I
around.
agree. If you have the space, that's the way to do spices. Even in a really, like I would do a 36-inch drawer and just all spices, or a 30-inch drawer, like a wide drawer with just all spices in the
Yeah,
top.
I think if you have like a cooktop, maybe that like drawer right below it is a nice space to do like a whole big spice drawer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is just a higher end. This is a metal insert. Same concept as the wooden one, just a little nicer, a little more expensive. These plastic ones are everywhere. Under sink storage, these are cool. I like these little trays. That tray actually lifts right up off of the organizer so you can carry it around the house. And then something we do on every job is we put these sink liners in. If you have a kitchen sink, you should have a liner, in my opinion. You're almost always, eventually every sink you're going to have a spill or a leak or a drip, and that little $35 piece of plastic just protects the bottom of that cabinet. And this one, it's kind of hard to see. This one's got all these little dimples in it, and those dimples, they say, I've never tested it, but they say that flat tray will hold up to a gallon of water just because of all those little dimples.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we've got one here in the showroom. Maybe one of these days I'll have Brianna pour a gallon of water.
Yeah, just dump it. Yeah.
But Christy did dump we had our sink disconnected because we were getting new countertops in the showroom. And Christy, our showroom manager, didn't realize it. And she dumped some leftover coffee into the sink, not realizing the drain wasn't connected. And it just went all over the sink. But we had one of these liners. It was awesome. She just pulled the liner out, she wiped it down, and she stuck the liner back in. So I kind of think they're a no-brainer for any bathroom sinks, kitchen sinks. We do them all the time. These little U-shaped ones are cool because they can go around your plumbing, just for better organizers. You know, these rollouts are nice, but you know what I like doing under a sink is just a basket, you know, or a little plastic box. Just organizes everything, and you can grab it and pull it out. But these aren't bad either. Not exactly an organizer, but we talked about this when we talked about cabinet design. These tilt-up doors are great if you're cooking in the kitchen all the time. What's great about a tilt-up or a lift-up door is it lifts up, and you can leave it open the entire time you're in the kitchen. So it acts as an open shelf, and you can grab things and use it and put it away. And then when you're done cooking, you clean up and you close that door. Whereas a regular swing door, if you open it, it's now in your way. You can't leave it open. You have to close it. So that's the big advantage to those tilt-up doors. Do you design with these tilt-up doors much, Ericka, or you guys mostly use them?
If you have the space for it, but usually that will call for a different look of a kitchen, more clean lines, you know, very contemporary kitchen or modern. So most kitchens I do are a little bit more traditional or transitional. I usually like to do those if we're doing like a bar area. They're pretty cool for that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But
That's true.
yeah, you see mostly a lot of those in the different types or the more like I said, more modern kitchens.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a frameless cabinet, so
Yeah.
I don't really do tilt-up doors on framed cabinetry. It's almost always frameless. But we've done it with, you know, shaker doors and raised panel doors. It's a different way of designing a kitchen. Lift-up doors are horizontal in orientation, whereas a regular cabinet door is, you know, vertical in orientation. So it's a little different way of thinking about a kitchen. You're thinking about a kitchen horizontally and not vertically.
Yeah.
And it does skew a little bit more contemporary.
I worry about, because I know there are people out there who open up the cabinets in their house and then just leave them and will walk out of the room.
Oh, you don't like
that? Like that definitely makes it easier to do because they're up out of the way.
right, leave them open forever?
Yeah.
Like that? That's personal behavior, Brianna.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with kitchen design. That's
No.
let's see. That's like
If
people.
you're that person, maybe you don't need that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you're the kind of person who doesn't mow their lawn or clean out the inside of their car, maybe you don't need a lift up door. All right, we're going to talk about pantries for a minute. You know, I've said it before, and I think walk-in pantries should be it should be building code that every house has a walk-in pantry. They're fantastic because it gets all the essential storage out of your kitchen, and the rest of your kitchen now is a nice area for work and meeting and gathering and all the other things we use kitchens for. But if you don't have a walk-in pantry, you've got some options. Tall pantries. So these are two identical tall pantries on either side of this fridge. One has rollouts and one just has shelves. So depending on what you're putting in there, the rollouts might make sense. Obviously the rollouts add cost, probably in the neighborhood of $200 a rollout, something like that. So, you know, you're adding $1,000 to the cost of that cabinet if you put rollouts in it versus the shelving. But those rollouts can really help you organize and access. If you took all those tiny little spices and jars and things and just stuck them on a regular shelf, it'd be a nightmare reaching back in there trying to find anything. So that rollout really makes a big difference. And then, oh, there's KitchenAid right there.
Yeah, I was actually just looking at that, like
Stuck in the back. And the blender. So yeah, you get quite a bit on that shelf. Blender, KitchenAid. That looks like about 2 gallons of cooking oil or something. I'm not sure what that is.
It's olive oil.
I've never needed that much olive oil on my entire life.
If you're making pasta, that's what
you need. Yeah, that's about a 5-year supply for me. But so that's one way to do it. What's nice about these tall cabinets, and it's not, you don't recognize it at first, but it's a ton of storage. So 2 tall cabinets, 36 inches wide. So 36 inches of tall cabinet is equivalent to 6 feet of regular upper and lower cabinet. That's from a storage capacity point of view. So if you're lacking in storage, just one tall cabinet can make a huge difference in your kitchen. In fact, we work with clients all the time where we take out closet style pantry, or we put in some open shelving so they're losing cabinetry. They feel like they're losing storage. And we put in that one tall cabinet and it takes care of all their needs. And it's surprising because it just doesn't feel like it, but it does. It's a lot of storage. The nemesis of every kitchen, I think, the closet pantry.
Yep.
These things, if you have one of these and you're going to remodel your kitchen, tear it out. Put in a tall. What do you think, Ericka?
Oh, definitely. As you can see there, it really doesn't cause for organization. It kind of just calls for you it fits right here kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And on those wire shelves, you can't really place certain types of items on it. They'll fall over, things of that nature. So yeah, we're actually currently doing a kitchen where she has one of these. And the really fun ones where they're deeper, just a little bit deeper than 12 inches, but you only have 12 inches of storage on the rack, which is horrible. So when you take that out, now you have 24 inches of storage and organized, like you said, like all those little spices and different things now can go on that shelf, and you can pull it out and you can see them, and then you can put them back in.
Yeah, there's more storage in this skinny tall cabinet than there is this big closet. Another thing with this closet, a wall is 5 inches thick. So this wall is 5 inches thick. So you're automatically losing 5 inches of space, right? And then the sides of the closet, you're losing 5 inches on each side. So that's maybe potentially 10 inches of space you can't use. Not to mention, then you've got wasted space here between the doorway and where the shelf starts. You can't get up. You can't get up here above the doorway and store stuff up there. Yeah, they're a mess. If you're remodeling and you have the opportunity to tear that out, I highly recommend it. Now, the downside to tearing them out, something to consider is underneath those walls you're going to tear out, there's no flooring. So you're going to have to, if you're redoing your flooring, no big deal. If you're not, you're going to want to talk to your contractor and make sure they can patch and blend that flooring for you, or you got to get creative and think of something else. But that's one challenge when you do tear them out, is patching the flooring can be an issue. Oh, the gold standard.
Yeah.
Walk-in pantry, the butler's pantry. I mean, I don't know, is this a kitchen or is this a pantry? It's got a window.
That's a pantry.
That's a pantry.
Yeah, in a very fancy house.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's better. That's nicer than my kitchen.
Yeah, you should see the kitchen in that house.
Yeah. But, I see, Ericka, these are more and more popular. People are doing kind of the main kitchen for serving and kind of for hanging out, and it's kind of like the show kitchen. And they have this sort of second kitchen, this big walk-in butler's pantry, where a lot of the prep and cooking, and that's where all the mess happens.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I've done a combination of one that's like to the left, where we actually put the laundry in there as well.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want your.
So they had the front loaders. We made the countertop go over that. It was like a double height, and it worked out really cool because it looked just like that picture, but we had on the back wall we had the washer and dryer.
Yeah, I've seen a situation like that too, where they had their washer dryer in there, and then they also had like a full freezer.
Right.
Yeah.
So that they could have extra food storage.
I've also had people, I had this one client, they took out the coat closet that was in the kitchen area, and we turned it into almost like a walk-in pantry. It was a deep coat closet. It was actually it was just a wasted space. So we turned it into a walk-in pantry with actually we put a wine fridge in there. So
nice.
Yeah,
cool.
that's a good spot for.
Yeah. I like my microwaves and I like the microwave in the pantry because it's out of the way. Obviously all your bulk storage, but yeah, all that walk-in pantries I think are fantastic. All right. Easy fixes, easy organizers. There's nothing really groundbreaking about these, but if you want to gain more space in your kitchen, get some mason jars and some containers, and you'd be surprised how much space you can save versus all these random sized boxes and things like that.
The Container Store. It's one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, they have a lot of containers.
They have tons of containers, all the best ones.
Yeah, all the best containers.
Pre-labeled if you want them.
We're not talking about bathrooms, but you know what I just got at the Container Store a few months ago is a medicine cabinet little organizers. They're just little 3-inch deep, just designed to fit right in your medicine cabinet. And it took my medicine cabinet went from being a mess that I'd never opened. I never went in there because the crap in there was just stuff I never used, to like actually being something I open every day. And I got all my stuff in there. And they're little $7 clear organizers. They're great.
Yeah, those sound like the ones that I use in bathrooms as well, but put them in the drawers where, say on the side where the woman would utilize, like put her makeup or certain other hair combs or things of that nature, she would organize all of those in the little separate trays in the drawers.
Yeah, exactly. Those little things can make a huge difference. Wire baskets. I actually have one of I don't know if you have a picture of it. No, it doesn't look like it. I've got one of these can organizers, but it's like one of like it's a conveyor belt kind of thing. When you remove one can, like all the
next one.
I dig that little thing.
There's also like tiered ones that you can get, so you can put them in tiers.
I see a lot of people waste vertical space, and this kind of helps capture it.
Yeah.
Shelves are fixed at 12 inches tall. You might be missing half your storage space, but if you can stack things or use containers to help you stack things. Oh, that's something we kind of didn't go over, Brianna. was the rollouts. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see in this picture, these rollouts are adjustable.
Oh, yeah.
It's got these little peg holes. See that little wood piece there? It's got those little holes in it. Those are on both sides. And then all you need to do is remove that drawer. The glides pop right out. You move them down to a different peg, and you pop them right back in. And you can adjust the height of those any way you want, which is great if you want to put a mixer on one shelf and then small stuff up on another shelf. And that's a no-tool adjustment. And those are common these days. Most cabinet companies, I feel like, have those adjustable rollouts. And I find them super useful. What cabinet lines do you work with up there, Ericka?
The cabinet lines that we have at Bellevue, we have Wellbone Forest, we have Showplace, we have Belmont, Fabuwood. So they all offer, like you said, the adjustable rollout trays.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're big Belmont fans down here. Wire baskets, tray dividers. So we looked at that vertical tray pullout. That was like way up here at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is something similar. We do this a lot in that cabinet above the fridge that nobody, it's kind of a no man's land. Anything you put up there, it's not very easy access.
Yeah.
But wire trays dividers up in there, it's very easy to grab those sheet pans and stuff like that.
Yeah. And one thing to keep in mind too is that it usually has to be that cabinet above the fridge or the cabinet above the oven, because they're not going to fit in the regular uppers.
Yeah, you need it has to be a 24-inch deep cabinet. Those tray dividers won't really work in a 12-inch deep cabinet. It needs a 24. That's a good point. Yeah, we like these. They're cheap. You put them anywhere, move them around. We usually put five or so in a cabinet, organize all the sheet trays.
Yeah, that drawer below your oven is not actually meant for trays.
Oh, right. Oh, you mean under your range.
Yeah.
That warming drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually a warming drawer, not a, leftover pan drawer.
That's where I always put my trays.
That's where everyone puts them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not what they're meant for. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. That's all of our organizers. Anything we missed, Ericka? Anything you'd add?
Oh no, you guys definitely covered it. And as we discussed prior to the Zoom meeting with all of our guests, it's all really kind of specialized to each individual client. We always make sure that we ask all those pertinent questions. How do you use your kitchen? How do you want to use the new kitchen? And then as you can see, we have a plethora of options to make your kitchen special and unique and functional for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, good, well put. Yeah, in my kitchen, like I have no upper cabinets. I have all drawers in the bottom, and then I have a walk-in pantry. Unique. You don't see a lot of kitchens like that. Works for me, but other people would probably hate it because they would want some upper cabinets or some more organizers. So yeah, definitely personal. If you want to hear more from Ericka, you need to reach out, BellevueRemodel.com. Get in touch with her. We do have a blog written about kitchen storage and organization. So if you go to our website, Clever Kitchen Storage Solutions for Your Tallahassee Home, kind of a long name, but you can go find that and read more about kitchen organizers. We'll also be sending everyone a replay of this if you want to watch later or share with friends, or I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you did, we're going to send it to you so you have it. Brianna, any final thoughts?
No, I think everything was great, and I agree with what Ericka said. It's about, working with your client to find the best organizers for them and how they're going to use their space.
Nice. All right. Well, Ericka, I really appreciate you joining us. I enjoyed having you.
No, I definitely appreciated getting invited. Don't tell the other vendors, but our Belmont display is my favorite. We have our kitchen is blue, and every time I come into work, it just greets me every morning.
Oh, is that dark navy blue?
Yeah.
You got that too.
Oh yeah, we have the same. Here, I'm gonna grab. You see that? We have that. That's Belmont right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that navy color. Surprisingly, that navy color hasn't gone out of style.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready for it too.
It's kind of stuck around. You're ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, thanks everyone.